everyone, welcome back to the channel. So yet again I'm back here with Johanna Basford's Small Victories. This time the tutorial is going to be on the pear and the pomegranate, so let's get straight into it. So I've already pre-picked out all my colours and they are just to the side of it. I'm going to start off with the pear first and we're going to go straight in with this colour using the polychromos pencils again, grass green 166, and we're just going to do a very light layer over the whole of the pear. Now I've looked at references of pears before. Some look very sort of polished and they're very sort of smooth green, and then you've got the other pears that have those big brown blotches all over them. So to make it look a bit more realistic, I'm going to go for the one where it's sort of got the brown blotches all over. So it will look a bit dodgy when I first start colouring this, but hopefully it'll come together in the end. So next up with the burnt umber 280, I'm just going to very randomly pick out some areas that I want these brown blotches to be. Now when I've looked at a reference, it does tend to start off with a big patch around the top of the pear, so you might want to go in with a medium pressure and just pull out a big patch from the top, going down then easing off your pressure, so you're sort of blending it into that green a little bit. And then from that, don't have to be too perfect with that one, from that you can sort of carry on with your little blotches here and there wherever you want to put them. So you can very randomly pick little areas out, but just do little, like, almost, they don't have to be perfect circles, but almost like that sort of circular shape or that sort of smooth edge that you've got on there, and just sort of very randomly pop them in. Try not to overthink where you're putting them, because I think sometimes if you overthink where you're putting your little spots, it can look too pristine and perfect when you do want it to look a bit messy and blotchy almost. Put some close together, some further apart, some right on the edge, wherever. And then where I've put those darker spots down, let's just deepen up some of them. I'm going to go around the edges of them with a bit of a lighter brown, so Bistre 179. I'm going to actually just buff around the edges of those, sort of getting some of this brown over the top of that green colour. So we're sort of merging those spots into the pear a little bit, but not completely. And still, so we can see some of that green left, because we're going to go back in with our green shortly. So now going back in with the green, going back in with the grass green 166. I'm going to use a harder pressure this time, so I'm going to start at the bottom. If you can hear my children, they're wild today. It's the weekend. What are we today? We're Saturday today. They're absolutely wild. Forgive the noise of the chaos. This is what my house is like, guys. So I'm starting off with quite a hard pressure at the bottom, and then as we start coming further and further up, I'm turning this into a light pressure, so I'm only putting a little bit of pressure on here now. And that's because I don't want the green to be as bright as we get a bit further up to the top. Do you want it to be more muted up here? Almost like there's more brown than green at the top. You can even layer and layer your colours, so once you put this green down at the top, you might want to go back in with the Bistre again. So I will do that. So with the Bistre 179, I'm going to go back in just at the top area, just add some more of this colour. So we're going to really have that sort of blotchy brown green pear going on here. Makes it look more realistic though, it really does. Because that's what pears look like, they're not just green, are they? I'm going to get some of those spots a bit darker near the top as well. So going back in with the darker brown, which is the Burnt Umber 280, I'm going to just pop some darker spots there. There's someone shouting outside now. Can't win with this filming today. Sounds like kids shouting outside. Camera probably didn't pick it up though, because it tends to not be able to pick up a lot of what I can hear myself. Luckily. Yeah, so I'm just deepening up some of these areas. You can fiddle with it, just keep fiddling until you've got it to a point where you think it looks nice. At the minute as well, because I'm zoomed in so much, it does tend to make it look really ugly when I'm zoomed in so far. But when I zoom out, you'll be able to see. You know what they say about artist work? You know, it might look horrible close up, but if you stand back as if it's hung up on a museum wall, it looks fantastic. That's how it should look. So there we go. Right, I'm going to do the leaves on the pear now. So I'm going to use the Bistre just to go up this little bit of a stalk. And then I'm going to go in with this earth green yellowish 168. Still got kids running riot. And I'm going to go over that brown, just so we've got this sort of greeny brown stalk. And then keeping hold of this green, we're going to do a base colour and an emergency vehicle. My gosh, picked the wrong time to film, didn't I? We're going over these leaves of the pear. And then I'm going to use a darker green, this time a permanent green olive 167. And this time with the leaves, I think I'm going to do them so that they're lighter on the tips. So starting off at the bottom of the leaf like this, quite a dark full pressure, and then moving it into a lighter pressure, and then slowly lifting off, so we've got these almost very pale green tips at the edge of the leaf. And again on this one, might make this one a bit darker at the top. Yeah, I thought I'd come on and film this on Saturday night because it's my daughter's birthday tomorrow on the Sunday, 19th of November, so she's turning 15, so I won't be filming her doing anything tomorrow, so I thought I'll just pop on and do this tutorial tonight. And we're full of chaos in the house. Chaos. There we go. So I'm just going to, with the lighter colour, so it was the earth green yellowish 168, I'm just going to join that colour on. So I'm going to just blend it a bit better. Not going all the way to the edge because it will get rid of that really light tip that you want there. That's it for now. Next up we're going to do the pomegranate. Can you shouting in chaos? I do apologise. Gonna go in with my lightest red that I've picked out, which is pale geranium link 121, and I'm gonna cover the whole of this pomegranate with this colour. Very light layer, but we're just gonna get all that white space out. I'm gonna get all the white space gone. Let's just get rid of that. There we go. Now with my medium red, which is actually deep red 223, I'm going to use this colour on this, see this line that's going sort of around the outside? I'm going to use this colour there, so all around the outside, and these little stalky bits at the top, so almost like a block colour up there. With this, bringing it all the way around, teeny tiny lines, so if I go outside of the lines, don't judge me, don't judge me. I've made my pencil as sharp as it can go. If I make it any sharper it'll snap on me and that won't be good. So now I'm going to go in with India Red 192, and this is a really nice deep red. So I'm going to pick out areas of these little pomegranates for this colour. So I'm just block colour all at the same time, sort of. We'll just go around there and then around that area, leaving some bits out. And again, I'm going to use this a bit up here to just sort of get some difference in the colour. Blend it out a little bit, and then we're going to add a different colour in a minute. Well, one of the colours we've put down first. We're going to go back in with shoulders here. There we go. So our lightest colour, which was the pale geranium lake 121. I'm going to go back in with that now. All over. Blow the dust away. I think it's pretty simple how I colour. I don't think I make it too complicated, which is always good. I don't want a nice, you know, easy colouring book to become hard work, basically, do we? And I'm going to add some white gel pen to that as well, which is make it really nice as well. But before we put the white gel pen down, I'm going to go on to these leaves as well. So this time for these ones, I'm going to go in first with the grass green 166. Light layer. Just creating that base. And then we're going to go in with the deepest green again, which is the permanent green olive 167. And same thing on these leaves as well. I think I'm going to do them darker down here and then slowly lifting up. These ones are slightly different because I used a slightly different green for the base. So there is a slight variation in the leaves, but not much. Not much. I'll be lucky if this pencil doesn't snap on me. And when you can feel it and you think it's gonna do it, it's gonna do it. It's not gonna do it. There we go. Now the best bit, white gel pen, detailing in on this little pomegranate. So I'm just using the jelly roll pen at the minute. I'm just going to pick out areas that are going around all these pomegranate bits. You can use broken lines, you can use a continuous line, it's totally up to you. But the white of the sort of pomegranate, you know, all them bits you pick off when you're peeling it, that's sort of where we're going with this. So all around the outsides and kind of around the pomegranate seeds. You can be a bit messy, you can do a bit of a wiggly lines because it's never perfect with this. If you do it too perfect, it's gonna look too aesthetic to be what it's supposed to be, kind of thing. So that's where I want to be with that. And then I might put a little bit of highlighting everywhere else, because why not? We like to do this dotting detailing in on our leaves sometimes, so I might pop a bit of that on, just so you can tell it's me what's done it. It's my signature. It's my signature stamp. And then do I want anything on the pear? I don't think I do, because I don't think it would have any sort of highlight or shine on the pear. They're quite matte, aren't they, pears? When you look at them, they're quite matte in appearance. So I'm going to bring this up now. And then we can have a little look. So that's what it looks like. All four little illustrations together. That's what we're looking like here. Just before we go, I've just decided I'm going to do a little bit of a background on this one, like I've done with the lemons with the grey. So I have picked out the cold grey 232, and I'm literally just going to pop a little bit underneath. So going in with a harder, darker pressure right underneath the little objects, the little leaves and pomegranate and pear. Oh gosh, I knew that was destined to happen, wasn't it? And around the pear, it's all right, we can blend it in. And then as you come down, just ease off the pressure a little bit. Don't forget the shape of the object you're going around though. It is a rounded object, so that sort of shape underneath, because it is acting as a bit of a shadow what I'm doing here. So that needs to be rounded because we're, you know, it's the pear that's creating that shadow on there. And same with the pomegranate, and then the leaf can go just there. And then I will get a white just so we can blend out the edges of this grey into the rest of the paper. Blow away the dust. Let me find my white. Here we go. So just a white 101, or any white, or even any blending pencils you may want to use, you could use instead. I can hear my children being silly in the background. They love pretending they're babies and just crying, and I think, are you crying for real or are you pretending there? 9 times out of 10 they're pretending. Drives me insane. Right, there we go. So that's that one done. Created a bit of a shadow underneath it. The only one I've not done that with so far is the strawberries, because I just thought it wouldn't look right on that one. But there we go. So if you enjoyed the video, please do hit that big thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and comment down below. And I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye everyone.